University of Saskatchewan Huskies, who are here in California all the way from Canada. We're kicking off Stanford's second match of the 2024-2025 season. Stanford men's volleyball team is coming off of a 3-0 win yesterday, a sweep against the Huskies to start the season. No doubt they are looking to do that again here today. Starting lineups for both teams. Number 19, Lucas Mashute on Saskatchewan roster. Number 4, Ethan Smith. Number 8, Joshua Thorson. Number 11, Noah Opseth. Number 13, Isaiah Mamer. Number 15, Jacob Baird. Number 17, Emmett Graham. And for the Cardinal, Stanford men's volleyball team, you have number 1, Evan Porter at libero. Number 11, Moses Wagner. Number 18, Comana Carrera. Number 23, Theron Briette. And we're getting started here today. Here on Big Ten Plus, thank you so much for tuning in. Got number 11, Noah Opseth for the Saskatchewan Huskies, getting ready to start the first serve of the day. Serve receive there. Big swing and a big block to start the match from number 17, Emmett Graham. And yesterday, Saskatchewan Huskies, they only had one total block for the entire match. So big change to start that off at the first point as we get going here today. Another serve. Set to the outside. The number 7, Teo Snowy, taking a big swing there, and the ball comes back to Stanford. Picked up. And kept alive. Libero takes a swing at that one. Off the block. Again, number 17, Emmett Graham for Saskatchewan Huskies. Strong start here in the first 2 points of the match. Number 11, Noah Opseth, back to serve again. Big swing there from Teo Snowy. Stanford goes back now to serve. Teo Snowy, the 6'8 junior, outside from Berkeley, California. He's a Bay Area native here. He had 8 kills yesterday against the Huskies, hit .286. And a service ace there from number 23, junior setter from San Jose, California, Theron Briette. Another big topspin jump serve there from him, but just out. And the Huskies will get ready to serve again to Stanford Cardinal. Number 13, Isaiah Mamer. And that ball into the net, and so it's back to Stanford now. Teo Snowy, back row now. Now he's back to serve for the Stanford Cardinal. When that ball set just a little too close to the net there, and number 8, Joshua Thorson, the 6'2 outside hitter from Saskatoon, not able to save that ball. So it's a Stanford Cardinal point. Oh, and that short ball there, that topspin jump serve. The idea with that one, try to take out the outside hitter on the Huskies side, but he's able to get under that and make a good pass, and they score the point. Number 15 now, Jacob Baird, middle blocker, 6'10 sophomore out of Australia to serve. And an overpass, and he takes the ball off of his own serve. Miscommunication there. The Huskies setter, number 11, Noah Opseth, and middle blocker, Lucas Mashute, number 19. Number 13, Gray Mandelbaum to serve. Middle blocker for Stanford. That's a big swing there from number 8, Joshua Thorson. And off the blocker's hands and out. He's a little bit undersized for an outside hitter, and being able to use hands definitely works well for him there. Ball served out. 6-5, Stanford leading by 1. Moses Wagner is back to serve. Nice pass there from the libero. Big swing, dug up. Back set. Back set to Wagner, but Stanford will get that point. Went off of the blocker's hands on the other side. They're able to score. Pass right to the setter. Huskies go for a pipe there, back row attack. Back set. Oh, and they keep that ball alive. Send it back over to Stanford for a free ball here. Big swing from their middle blocker. Number 18, Kamana Carrera there. He had 6 kills yesterday in their match. 6'8" freshman from Mission Viejo. He's able to get a touch on that one. So we'll go to our first timeout here. His match, the Huskies battled back, but Stanford had a 3-0 win against them, and they had quite a few errors on their side, and today they're trying to start off very strong at the beginning of this match. Serve coming off of a timeout. Always a tough one. Put a lot of power on that one from Wagner. And that point will go to the Huskies, and number 8, Joshua Thorson, outside hitter, back to serve. He sends a short topspin serve over the net. Try to get that one out to Nate Clinton, outside hitter, sophomore from Pleasanton, California, and he tries to take a big swing at that one, but Huskies with the block there, and already starting off this match with 2 blocks compared to their 1 single block yesterday, the entire match. Serve receive there. Good serve receive pass there from Teo Snowy, and they get their middle blocker involved on that one. He's able to tip that down right before the 10-foot line. Definitely a different energy from the Huskies today compared to yesterday. Nate Clinton back to serve. And that ball out. Stanford really trying to put pressure on the Huskies' serve receive with their serve today. Just missing a little bit out on the last few serves. Middle blocker Lucas Mashute back to serve. He sends a floater over, but Nate Clinton with a perfect pass. Theron Briette right to the middle blocker for good in-time tempo swing. Perfect pass on serve receive from the Huskies there. Wagner taking a big swing there, but misses out. It'll be the Huskies' ball. They're back in it. It's 10-9 here in the first set. Noah Opseth with that float serve there. Nate Clinton taking that ball with his hands. Once again, getting the middles involved there. They're having a lot of luck with kind of these off-tempo push tips into the court. So the Huskies not really able to read that one. I I think they're preparing, obviously, for a big swing there, but the middles are kind of able to exploit the defense there with those off-speed shots. That ball way out on that one. And Theron Briette kind of laughing. He knows he missed that one just a little bit. Tried to go for a big topspin serve there. We're trading service errors back and forth here in the set. I'd say one of the bigger differences for those of you who watch men's volleyball and women's volleyball, there tends to be a lot less rallies, or at least long rallies in men's volleyball as compared to women's. You see some big swings here. He sets that ball over. Ribeiro, Evan Porter saving that ball. The big swing. That inside shot there from number 28, Nate Clinton. The 6'4" outside is only a sophomore from Pleasanton, California, so from across the Bay Area native. That overpass there. Gray Mandelbaum gets the point on that one. Stanford able to quickly run away the set here, 14-10. Huge swing there from the Huskies. He goes back, tries to do it again, but that was a solid block in front of him. We've got number 11, Moses Wagner at 6'6", and number 13, Gray Mandelbaum at 6'8". So that is who number 8, Joshua Thorson on the Huskies at 6'2" is hitting against there, and he's been able to kind of find some gaps and swing off of the block in his other attempts, but that one, not quite. We'll take another timeout here at 15-10. We're able to save that ball for the serve receive and send it back over for a free ball. Ooh, set to the back row and a big swing there out of the back from Teo Snowy. And Nate Clinton finds the floor. The Huskies defense there, their middle back moved over to try to cover that seam, but he's able to swing and that lands right in front of him on the defense. That ball saved, just pushed over by the Huskies middle blocker there. They try to take a swing, but a little bit late to get to that ball and doesn't quite clear the net. Another point for Stanford, 19-10 here in the first set. The Huskies trying to find a way to get back in this match here. And there's a big swing there. Emmett Graham, the right side, trying to fire his team up. And that was Graham's first kill there. Jacob Baird back to serve. And again, Mandelbaum with that push tip straight down into right back there. That's been working for him well. That's his second kill of the match. Carson Kneisel in to serve. Little service error there, but Cardinal laughed that one off and he heads back out. It's 20-12 here in the first set. Huskies looking for a substitution here. Number 6, Keegan Colo, the setter, 6'3" setter. This sophomore year from Saskatoon in for number 11, Noah Opseth. Perfect pass there. And straight to the middle. Kamana Carrera takes a swing at that one. Trying to figure out his timing there with Theron Briette and trying to get him on tempo. Ignacio Brito in to serve now. 6'4" outside hitter from Miami, Florida. Perfect pass there on the Huskies side, and number 17, Emmett Graham, opposite, taking a big swing from the back row there to score off of the blocker's hands. And the Huskies back to serve. Nice high serve receive there. And a big swing from Nate Clinton on the outside. Stanford doing a pretty good job handling the Huskies' serves in this set so far. And the Huskies haven't had too many serve receive errors, but just not able to turn those over into scoring points on their side. And that overpass there. And a net call on the Huskies on that overpass. I think that may have been on the setter. He got a little bit too close trying to see if he could save that ball before Stanford took a swing at that one. He's talking to the ref here. Nate Clinton back to serve. Big topspin jump serve there. And that ball sent back over. Stanford able to score the point. And the Huskies here trying to regroup and figure out their serve receive and how they're going to handle serves coming from Nate Clinton for the Cardinal. So they've now stepped way back in their serve receive, way closer to that inline. Good pass there. Oh, and just the mistime and mishit there for the Huskies. And Stanford will take this first set, 25-13. So Saskatchewan trying to figure out what they can do in the second set to stay in this. I mentioned earlier, Stanford had a 3-0 win yesterday against them, a sweep. And their team, they hit 209 for the match, so I'm sure they are hoping to increase that this time around, but Stanford really able to hold them off for yesterday, so Stanford able to kind of hold them off even more today. They started off strong in the first set, but Stanford able to really bring a lot of fire and energy in keeping this team to a low-scoring set. We'll start off there. The service error on the Cardinal side. Number 11, Noah Opseth, the junior setter, 6'2", from Saskatchewan, back to serve. He sends over a float serve there. A big swing from Isaac Vandenherk, 6'4", freshman outside hitter. Oh, my bad. Ryan Duras, actually, outside hitter, 6'3", junior from Stanford on that one. Starting off with a big swing there in Saskatchewan. Number 15, Jacob Baird, middle blocker, 6'10" sophomore from Daisy Hill, Australia. He's got 2 kills on the match, hitting .500. Bump set there from the middle blocker on Stanford's side, and doesn't get hands on that one. Takes a big swing out. That's number 2, Carson Kneisel, taking a swing on that one. He came in for a serve the last set. So trying to get him going early here in the second set. Set from the back row. A little bit off timing, so sends that one over at the tip, but Huskies not able to turn that one over, and they send that ball back over to Stanford. Number 2, Carson Kneisel, tips that one off the block for a point. Luke McFall back to serve for the Cardinal. 6'9" middle blocker, junior from Pleasanton, California. And he comes in and gets an ace. It's 3-3 here in the second set. He goes back to serve. A little bit off with the serve receive there, and Stanford with the big block on the outside on number 8, Joshua Thorson for the Huskies. And that ball lands inside all the way in area 1. The undersized 6'2" outside for the Huskies, trying to find a way to score on this Stanford block. Big serve there, and that's a very high pass on that serve receive. We're able to recover that ball. A nice high swing from Stanford. And he's blocked again. I think the Huskies coach coming in to talk to his player, figure out another area, another way to try to hit and score off of this big Stanford block in front of him. He's got a 6'8" middle blocker and 6'4" outside on the block there for him. So the Huskies back to serve. Only down by 1 so far. That ball bump set by the setter. Tries to take a big swing, but the ball was pretty far outside of the net. Still went up and went after it on the outside. Couldn't quite find the floor on that one. So another point for the Huskies here. Perfect pass for Stanford and set right to the middle blocker. Kamana Carrera again taking another big swing and finds the floor. He's got 3 kills, hitting 1,000 right now. No errors. Having a great match for him so far. Ignacio Brito back to serve. Service error on that one for Stanford, and it's back to the Huskies. The set is tied here at 6-6. Emmett Graham, the 6'5" senior right side out of Saskatoon. An overpass there. The Huskies try to do something with that overpass, and unfortunately that lands out. He shakes his head going back. We all know, never want to make an error on an overpass. Usually it should be an easy point, so that's an unfortunate error on their side. But he makes it up with a perfect pass. They get the touch from that back row attack on the pipe there for the Huskies. They've been trying to get that one going since the last set. Finally able to score on that play. Joshua Thorson back to serve. And he sends a short ball, which throws Stanford's serve receive off. Middle blocker having to come in and take that ball. But unfortunately, they're not able to turn that one over. Stanford survives that tough one. Tried to free ball that over, but it's too close to the net, and Stanford able to score. So I had a substitution here. Number 16, Jay Eichhorst, 6'4" outside hitter, comes in for Joshua Thorson. That ball served out for Kamana Carrera. So this set so far tied 8-8. Lucas Mashute sending that float serve over with a back set. Ignacio Brito trying to take a big swing, but the Huskies see it. They're there. He has a big block in front of him. 3 blocks, though, already in this early part of the second set for the Huskies, compared to yesterday's 1 block for the entire match. So they've obviously made some adjustments on their blocking against Stanford. And forcing a few more hitting errors on Stanford's side so far in this match as well. And they've actually taken the lead, 10-8. Their float serve there. Perfect pass to the setter. Right to the middle blocker. And number 22, Luke McFall. He takes a big swing to the backcourt there. The block not ready for that one. Theron Briette back to serve. Barrow keeps that alive on Stanford. Still a good pickup from freshman Kai Schmidt. He's a libero DS for Stanford out of San Clemente. Noah Opseth back to serve. Huskies setter here. Oh, and that one just out. Tried to go for the corner there in area 1. Just misses that one. And Ryan DeRoss, 6'3" junior outside hitter from Gilroy, back to serve. Doesn't quite get his feet under that ball on his topspin serve. And Stanford's still with that overpass and high set straight to the net. They keep their hands pressed over and they're able to score on that ball. So Stanford definitely beating them at the net currently with any of the close calls and overpasses here between them and the Huskies. They haven't quite yet had an answer for them. And DeRoss with an ace right over the tape. Those are always so hard to recover. No one's usually ready for them. Usually maybe you have a middle blocker that is supposed to stand there and be ready to take those balls, but the Huskies a little bit further back and Stanford able to get the ace on that serve. A big swing there for the Huskies, for Emmett Graham. Stanford middles, they're kind of watching the middle blocker there. They had really, really great timing. They both went up for that ball and were able to get it to the outside. He turns that ball down the line off hands. Isaiah Mamer back to serve. And Stanford doing the same thing back to them. Getting those middle blockers going, kind of holds the block on the other side. Really, really good play there, setting the pipe on that one out of the back row with a big swing to score. That ball to the outside. Off hands from Joshua Thorson. Jacob Baird out of Australia back to serve. 6'10" sophomore middle blocker. He takes a big rip on that serve there. Nice hand set from the setter all the way across the court to the outside. Oh, and a miss hit there from Duras out of the back row. He wants to take a big swing, didn't quite have his timing down, and the ball dropped pretty fast on that set. So that ball sails out of bounds. And point for the Huskies, leading by 1, 14-13 in the second set. Stanford able to get that point back, 14-14, tied now here with Ignacio Brito back to serve. Brito with his second service error of this set. We'll take a quick timeout here. It's 15-14 in the second. We're back here in the second set. Emmett Graham back to serve for the Huskies. Oh, and that ball. Huskies get the point on that one. Called the setter over, trying to save that ball out of the net. And the Huskies up by 2, 16-14 here in the second set in Burnham Pavilion. Setter dump recovered by the Huskies, sent back over to Stanford. That back set there from Stanford's libero. Ooh, a big save on the Huskies from Isaiah Mamer. Great up there. Unfortunately not able to turn that one over. Huskies head coach Sean McKay coming to have a chat with Joshua Thorson there, the undersized outside hitter at 6'2". He's struggling a little bit to score with the big block of the Cardinal. And a big swing there from Emmett Graham for the Huskies. Leading his team right now with 5 kills, no errors, hitting .556 on the match so far. So he has been trying to be the driving force for the Huskies to stay in this. They're still up by 2 at 17-15. Joshua Thorson has been having a lot of success with those short topspin serves. They're taking out the Stanford middle blocker and throwing off their serve receive and the set. So that has been working pretty well for them on the Husky side. See if he does it again here. He takes a big swing there on his serve. Ryan Duras, number 10 on Stanford, tries with the off-speed shot, but the Huskies block is solid on that one, and they get their 4th block of the set and of the match. Stanford with pretty young starting 6 on the floor so far in this set. Joshua Thorson back to serve. And a service error coming out of the timeout. Number 1, Evan Porter, normally playing libero. The freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii. And he's in as DS and back to serve. The big topspin serve there. That serve receive pass really close to the net. Noah Opseth able to save that, sets it to the outside, but Stanford reads that one, has a big block on him. And Stanford with their 4th block of the match. 5th block of the match, actually. Another big serve there, sent back over a 3 ball. And a huge swing from Ignacio Brito. Takes a big swing at that from the right side, out of the back row. Great tempo there on Stanford's side, getting him going. And Stanford already caught back in Burnham Pavilion, Stanford University. Nia Crittenden calling the match today. And 19-19 tied in this second set. Stanford Cardinal versus the Saskatchewan Huskies. It's been back and forth, but Stanford's back in it now with number 1 Evan Porter. Freshman libero from Honolulu, Hawaii, back to serve again. Perfect pass on the Huskies side. Number 13, Isaiah Mamer, 6'3", junior outside hitter. Seeing that big Stanford block in front of him and decides to tool the block with a push tip straight down on their side and gets the point. Number 19, 6'8", middle blocker Lucas Michoud back to serve. Sends over a float serve. Stanford setter having to go back row, but pushes that ball back to the right side. That's hitting out of the back row. Ignacio Brito taking a big swing on that one off hands. Starting to get that going, that connection between him and Briette is working really well. Another big swing there from Emmett Graham for the Huskies. Again, still no errors for Emmett Graham. 6 kills. He's hitting .600 right now. He's got the highest hitting percentage and the most kills on his team. Oh, and they'll give that ace to the Huskies for Noah Opseth. Landed just on the back line. And another timeout called here for Stanford as the Huskies charge forward, 22-20 in the second set. Stanford head coach John Costi, I talked a little bit about him in the first set. He's been the head coach here since 2007. Going to see if Stanford can come back and try to keep their streak going. And they give Stanford that one with the service error. Number 10, Ryan Duras, back to serve. Oh, and another service error there. Trading those service errors back and forth here in this match. For each side right now, the Huskies with 7 service errors on the match, and Stanford with 11. So on both sides, way too many errors so far in this match, but both teams really trying to go for it and challenge each other on the serve receive. Number 6, Keegan Colo, sophomore setter on Saskatchewan, back to serve. Good pass there, right to Luke McFall in the middle. Good set. He takes a big swing at that one. Stanford slowly charging their way back. They don't want to drop this set. They're already 3-0 from yesterday and taking the first set already. A big rip there from Joshua Thorson, cross court. He finds the floor on that swing. For the Huskies, set point right here. Jacob Baird back to serve. Jacob Baird, disappointment on his face as he misses that one. He's had some pretty good serves so far in this match. giving Stanford that point. Definitely frustrating, keeping them in it. Ignacio Brito back to serve for Stanford. And Ignacio Brito not having the best day with his serves, and they give the Huskies that set. Hasn't been able to really find his timing and rhythm on those topspin serves, but we'll see what the Cardinal can do now coming into this third set here against the Huskies. It's 1-1 currently. 25-23 finish. And we'll be right back here on Big Ten Plus. They've made some more changes here with number 14, Ryan Gant, the freshman setter. 6'5" out of Newport Beach, California on the floor. And he starts off with a big assist there, a back set to number 8, Ignacio Brito. Takes a big swing to start the set off. On the right side. Number 14, Ryan Gant back to serve. The Huskies score. Their middle blocker, Jacob Baird, the 6'10" sophomore from Australia. Keeps his eye on the setter on that play. And that ball from Isaiah Mamer served just out. And it's Stanford point. Ryan Duras back to serve with a top spin. That's a big one there, and he gets the ace on that serve. Huskies did not have an answer for that one. Stanford with 4 aces in total on the match so far. The Huskies with 1. Just misses that one. Service error for Stanford. And I talked about this at the end of the last set, but both Stanford and Saskatchewan trading off with the service errors a lot so far in this match. Stanford with 13 total. Saskatchewan with 9 total service errors so far, but that's what happens when you're trying to take some big rips on some of these top spin serves and really put pressure on the serve receive on the other side. So Stanford will get that point. Kumana Carrera back in the middle for Stanford, and Luke McFall, 6'9" junior middle blocker from Pleasanton, California, serving. Nice float serve there. And that ball sent back over to Stanford. Great set there, getting the pipe going in the middle. The middle back there, big swing from Ryan Duras. He scores off of the blocker's hands. Very impressed with Ryan Gant coming in, moving the ball around, getting everyone going. Making the Huskies have to think a lot about where they were going to set up their defense on Stanford. And they get the block there on 6'8" middle blocker Lucas Michoud for the Huskies. Tries to send that ball over with the tip, but Stanford has their hands clamped on that one. Luke McFall back to serve. Big serve there, serve receive. Ball past the 10-foot line. The setter had to run, try to save that one. That one doesn't work for Stanford. Ignacio Brito sending that ball back over, but it's an easy pass there for the Huskies and set that to their middle blocker, getting Lucas Michoud in this offense. Emmett Graham to serve. Service error there. Emmett Graham has been trying to keep this Husky team in this match, bringing a lot of fire and energy. 6 kills so far on the match. Ignacio Brito taking a deep breath there after that serve. He has not been able to get any of his serves in so far in this match. Just not having the best service day. Sometimes that happens. And another short serve from that topspin from Joshua Thorson. He's been taking out Stanford's middle blocker almost every time he goes back to serve, and it has been working pretty well. When they keep that ball alive, and that one doesn't clear the tape, but it's not called, and they get the point on that one for the Huskies. So Joshua Thorson will go back to serve. A strong topspin serve with an overpass from Stanford. And the Huskies score on that overpass. Number 8 back to serve. Another topspin. Tries to send another topspin short serve over the net. Doesn't quite clear it on that one. Giving Stanford a different look each time he goes back to the service line. Number 2, Carson Kneisel, 6'6" sophomore outside hitter. The topspin service. And that one, once again, trading those service errors back and forth here. So it's something both teams will be able to walk away from this match to work on. Service errors and figuring out how to find that balance between sending over a hard serve and challenging the serve receive, but also keeping it in play. A big block there from number 15, Jacob Baird, the 6'10" middle blocker. His hands way over the net on that one. Pretty impressed with Saskatchewan. 5 blocks so far in the match compared to yesterday's 1 total block for the match. Short serve there. Big swing off the block, but a big coverage there from Joshua Thorson. He runs that ball down, and they keep it alive, and they are able to score. So the Huskies playing a lot scrappier so far today, finding their footing a little bit more after getting the win in the last set. Back set there to Ignacio Brito. Tries to recover that ball. Not able to do a lot with that one, but Ryan DeRoss sends that one over, and the Huskies not able to turn that ball over. That is something that they've struggled with. And Stanford has given them a free ball so far in this match. Not usually able to turn that over inside out and score. Some of that is miscommunication on their side and just trying to get their hitters in rhythm with the setter. As we can see there, another missed time set to the middle blocker on that ball. Trying to get their hitters going on the Husky side. So Stanford's taking the lead now. It's 10-9 here in this third set. Kumana Carrera back to serve with that top spin. And that ball pass was pushed the setter back over into area 2, but he sets that ball back anyway to number 17, Emmett Graham, and he's able to take a big swing and score off Stanford's block. Oh, and they give that point to Stanford. They're laughing about the error there on their side. So Kamana Carrera, 6'8" middle blocker, back to serve. And the Huskies, Noah Opseth trying to get his middle blocker and Jacob Baird going again. Hasn't really been able to take big swing on any of those sets, but he finds the floor with a tip. Noah Opseth back to serve, sends a floater over and puts pressure on that serve receive there. Ryan DuRoss sending another free ball over to the Huskies, and again, they're not able to turn that one over into a point. Isaiah Mamer trying to take a big swing off of Stanford's block, but misses. Now Ryan Gant, a freshman setter for Stanford, 6'5", out of Newport Beach, is back to serve. And that ball works again. Oh, but they give that ball to Stanford. They called a lift on his swing. And Stanford will get that point. And Ryan Gant with the ace. That topspin serve falling just a little bit short in front of the serve receive pass there. The Huskies calling a timeout after that one. Stanford leading by 4 points. Stanford Cardinal versus the Saskatchewan Huskies. Ryan Gant back to serve. Sends over a topspin jump serve. The Huskies trying to get their middle blocker going again. Noah Opseth, he's just not able to get the ball where Jacob Baird needs it. I think I've said it many times so far in this match, but he is 6'10" from Australia, and he's having to kind of hit the low elbow in a lot of those sets there. You can see it on his face, the determination. He really wants to be able to take a big swing, but still working on the connection with the setter on their side. Hitting error there from Stanford. Ignacio Brito wanting to take a big swing on that one, and takes a swing there, but it goes into the top of the tape and doesn't quite make it over. Serve there from the Huskies. Oh, and the back set to Emmett Graham, but Stanford able to see that if you're watching at home. Those hands were way over the net and tight to the net. He had nowhere to go. That set pushed tight also into the net for Emmett Graham. Luke McFall with a big block on that one. Ryan DuRoss to serve. Hard top spin, but Joshua Thorson takes a big swing. So the Huskies will get that point. Jacob Baird back to serve. A little bit of missed timing there, getting his feet to the ball on that jump serve, that top spin jump serve. So he misses that one. Point Stanford, and it's 17-12 now in the third set. So as I keep letting you guys know, I've talked a little bit about the service errors on each side in this match. Stanford with 15, and Saskatchewan Huskies with 12. So both teams, a lot of service errors so far in this match. Both trying to go at each other and serve receive. Luke McFall back to serve again. That ball almost over, but don't want to reach over too early. The setter is still able to get that ball on the plane of the net. So Stanford loses that point. You're not able to interfere, as they call it, with the setter going up for that ball if the ball is still on their side of the net on an overpass. Number 6, Keegan Colo, sophomore setter, back to serve, top spin, and a big one at that. Stanford serve receive thrown off, and that ball really hard to recover. Ignacio Brito having to move back to try to set that ball over, but that was a tough one. He gets called on that for a double. So Keegan Colo back to serve again for the Huskies. And a service error. So point Stanford. Ignacio Brito heading back to serve now. 6'4" outside hitter. He's a sophomore from Miami, Florida. (19-14) in the third set. Good serve there. And Jesse Lee, number 12, the 6'5" outside, taking a big swing, just coming into this game, coming in cold and starting off with a kill immediately. Joshua Thorson back to serve. And there he goes again with that short topspin. He's done a really, really good job with throwing off Stanford's serve receive every time he goes back to serve. And almost every time he's gone back to serve, even if he hasn't had an ace, he's been able to push a point for the Huskies. Misses that one. And it's point Stanford. Carson Kneisel back to serve now. Nice pass there from the Huskies. They send that back to Jesse Lee, and he scores again. Second attempt and second kill on the match so far coming in for Jesse Lee in this third set. So the Huskies trying to chip away at this Stanford lead. 20-17 right now. Lucas Mashute back to serve. Nice pass there from Kai Schmidt. Ignacio Brito not able to score on that one. His connection with the setter was really good in the beginning of this set, and haven't really been able to figure out their connection here as the set has gone on. Lucas Mashute again with the float serve, but he gets called with a service fault there. His foot was on the line before his hand contacted the ball. So if that happens, it is an error. So that point goes directly to Stanford. It's now 21-18. Number 1, Evan Porter, normally playing as libero. He's DS right now, back to serve with a big topspin, and he's been able to also force a lot of points with his topspin serve. It's a great, great serve. Jesse Lee trying to find space on that swing, but Stanford with a huge block there. And we're back here on Big Ten Plus. Evan Porter was back to serve on that one. Kind of a scramble play here as we get going off of the timeout. 22-18 in the third set. Stanford versus the Saskatchewan Huskies. But a big swing there for number 2, Carson Kneisel out of the back row. And he gets the point. Evan Porter going back to serve. Evan Porter's been putting a lot of pressure on this Huskies team on their serve receive when he is back on the service line. Once again, high pass there, and that's set all the way to the outside, but they save that ball. Back set to Ignacio Brito, and he gets the point on that one. Ryan Gant going back to him again, trying to get him going in this third set. Stanford with the set point. Another big topspin serve, and the Huskies trying to change that one. Jesse Lee trying to take a big swing at that ball, but hits that one out, and Stanford clinches the third set, 25-18. So now the Cardinal up 2-1 here in this match. We'll take another quick break here on Big Ten Plus. I'm Nia Crittenden. We'll come back when we get started with the fourth set. Far in the match, the last set they won 25-18. Yesterday, Stanford beat the Huskies 3-0 in a sweep. So not able to do that today, but still in it as we start the first set here. The Huskies starting that off with a one-handed block there from number 6 sophomore setter Keegan Colo on the Huskies team. He goes back to serve. Another top spin serve there. I've already talked a little bit about service errors from both teams. I think I talked about it a little bit in the third set. Saskatchewan Huskies with 16 service errors to Stanford's 15. Gray Mandelbaum there with a really big swing. 6'8" sophomore middle blocker from LA. Starting off this set with some firepower here. Number 10 Ryan Duras back to serve. Set to the outside. Jesse Lee turning that ball, trying to turn that ball down the line off the hands, just misses. It's 3-1, start this fourth set. Ryan Duras back to serve again. Big top spin jump serve there, and an ace on the sideline in area 1. Stanford with 6 aces so far in total on the match. Another ace. Another ace there for Ryan Duras. That would make his 4th ace so far in the match. So he has 4 aces so far for Stanford. And that ball, he serves that one short, and they send that ball over. 2 balls sent over there for the Huskies. Stanford able to capitalize on those errors. So a timeout already called here as Stanford takes the lead very fast in this fourth set, 6-1. And the Huskies trying to figure out how to respond. So a strong start for Stanford on the serve there, putting a lot of pressure on the Huskies serve receive. The Huskies not able to really run any plays so far at this point in the match and in the set. And Stanford switching up from their starting lineup the way that they started in the first set. Getting a few other guys on the floor and moving things around and trying different plays. But Saskatchewan better play and better turnout than they had in the match yesterday. I mentioned before it was a 3-0 sweep. I've talked also earlier about their blocking and how much it's improved since yesterday. They had one solo and single block in the entire match yesterday, but now coming into this match, they have 7 to Stanford's 8. So almost matching them for blocks so far in this match. We get started coming out of the timeout. Ryan DeRoss back to serve again. A lot of firepower on that top spin there, but that set is back. He tries to send that back set, doesn't quite make it all the way out to the right side. And number 7, Daniel Hermanson, trying to make that one work, but he can't quite get his feet over to that ball. Not much he could do on that one. And that ball just out, so that will end DeRoss and Stanford's streak there for serves and points. Daniel Hermanson back to serve, the 6'2" freshman outside from Saskatoon. Missed serve there, so Stanford up 8-2. Gray Mandelbaum back to serve now. Normally they've been subbing him out for one of the other DSs to come in and serve for him, but he sends a float serve over. And the Huskies setter trying to set the outside from cross court, but pushes that ball really, really tight to the net, and outside number 10, Isaac Vandenherk, not able to get to that ball before Stanford gets their hands on it. Service error there. Point for the Huskies. Mateau Methot back to serve. It's 9-3 here. Oh, and that ball hitting the tape and going short. Middle blocker gets a hand on it, but Stanford able to turn that over and get the set out to the outside. And Carson Kneisel takes a swing and scores. So Ignacio Brito back to serve here for Stanford. I think I mentioned earlier he has not yet made any of his serves in. He's having a tough day. Let's see if he can turn that around right now. And he gets that serve in. Perfect pass from the Huskies. The back set to Jesse Lee. Takes a big swing cross court and scores. And he's doing very well. He came in cold in the last set, but right away in his first play he scored. So he's got 3 kills so far on the match. And Jesse Lee back to serve now. And a big service ace there from Jesse Lee, bringing a lot of firepower to this Huskies team as he's come in late to the match. Big topspin serve there from him. Huskies hoping they can chip away at the Stanford lead. 5 points ahead. 5 serving 10. A little too much firepower on that one, trying to go for it. That ball out. Stanford, Carson Kneisel back to serve. Trading the errors back and forth, kind of getting these little moments so far in the last few sets where both teams kind of trade them back and forth, both trying to go for it. Isaac Vandenherk, 6'4" freshman outside. The big serve there. Out of system, and Stanford trying to make that one work, but Daniel Hermanson hanging in the air there. He sees the Stanford block come in and close on him. He's a little undersized at 6'2" compared to Stanford's big block, but he's able to see the floor and tip and score. Isaac Vandenherk. Big swing there from Ignacio Brito out of the back row. They've had some ups and downs with that play in the last couple of sets, but once it gets going, it's been very, very good. He takes a huge swing at that one. Really textbook. Turns that ball and into the hands. That block is out. Good swing there from Ignacio Brito. And a big block there from Gray Mandelbaum. Blocking Lucas Mashute on the Huskies. And Luke McFall, 6'9" junior middle blocker out of Pleasanton, California. The service line. That is a high pass there. High serve receive pass. Oh, and this is a tough one here. They both went after that overpass, but I think the Huskies were able to get that off of his hands and into the antenna, so that point goes to the Huskies, and they're both kind of pointing and laughing and chatting at the net with each other on that one. Little friendly competition there on that ball. A short ball. Trying to take out the outside, but Ryan DeRoss still gets that ball up and gets on his route to the outside. Very, very good footwork there, getting out to the outside to score on that. And Stanford takes that point, 14-8. Ryan Gant back to serve. Pass there. An out-of-system set from the outside in the back row. Sets him a little bit inside. Daniel Hermanson not able to get his feet around that ball to take a swing. Unfortunately misses into the net. And that ball too low for the Huskies middle blocker. Recovers that ball off of the block. Oh, and Jesse Lee again, shrugging his shoulders on that ball. He just took a rip and it worked. Stanford not really fully ready for that one, but again, Lee coming in hot for the Huskies. His 5th kill so far on the match. High pass there. Stanford setter Gant trying to send that ball back to the right side to show the Huskies something different, but that ball doesn't quite make it all the way out across the court. The Huskies slowly chipping away the Stanford lead. They're down by 5, 15-10 in the 4th set. Keegan Colo on the service line. Serve there with a pass, nice and high. Good set there, good challenge. Stanford setter trying to get Gray Mandelbaum involved in the offense there. He stays off of the net, good read on his part. Still takes a swing and it lands on the back line. So Ryan DeRoss now. Talked about his serve earlier and how much he challenges the other team. Already has 4 aces so far. Daniel Hermanson with a big swing there on the right side, and he'll go back to serve now after scoring that point. Still down by 5 though. Huskies to serve. Ooh, that ball pushed a little too far outside. That's an error. Carson Kneisel trying to save that ball and keep it in, but it's outside of the antenna on the outside. Topspin serve here. Good pass there from Kai Schmidt. Trying to get the pipe going from DeRoss in the back row. Doesn't quite work, though. A little too far inside for him, so he has to tip that ball over. Stanford trying to block that big swing, but they're able to use hands. So down by 3 now in the fourth set, 13-16. Huskies slowly making their way back on Huskies. Another service error there for the Huskies, and now they're tied at Stanford and Saskatchewan. 18 service errors on each side. Oh, my mistake. 19 now for the Huskies, 18 for Stanford. Evan Porter back to serve, and he has had a really great topspin jump serve in this match so far. Talked about it earlier, even if he doesn't always get an ace, he's able to push points, and the Huskies not able to side out when he is back serving. Or at least side out as quickly as they would like. And forces an overpass there. Ignacio Brito ready to take that one and throws that ball across the court for a point. Definitely standout servers on Stanford's side, Ryan DeRoss and Evan Porter. Those two have pushed a lot of points and momentum for Stanford when they go back to the service line. And already back to another timeout here. It's 19-13 in this fourth set. Stanford wins this one, and that's game. That's match. So we'll see if the Saskatchewan Huskies can find an answer to try to stay in it here. And yesterday, 3-0 win for Stanford. So not able to take a set off of them. At least today they've been able to take one set off of the Stanford Cardinals so far. Trying to have a better day. Hitting percentage is pretty low for their side, and I know that they weren't very happy with their hitting percentage to end the match yesterday, but overall was a little bit better at 209 for the team in yesterday's match, but so far right now in this game, we're at .068 in total. So not having a better day with hitting, but they're definitely having a better day with their blocks. 7 blocks total in the match to Stanford's 10. So Evan Porter back to serve again. The setter with a nice set. Sends that ball back, but it is a little bit inside. Jesse Lee trying to take a big swing, but that Stanford block. 6'9" Luke McFall. It's hard to find the floor with him in front of you. And that ball is out. 20-14 here. Fourth set. Matho back to serve. Guess you guys can question my French there, my pronunciation of his name. A nice float serve there from Matho. That sends that ball back over to the Huskies, and they're able to get that point. Someone from the back row. In the back row, you're not able to attack in front of the 10-foot line. So what that means is if you jump and try to send a ball over or hit a ball and your foot is on the line or in front of the 10-foot line before you jump, that is an automatic point for the other team. And that ball served out, so it's Stanford point. Ignacio Brito, 6'4" sophomore outside hitter from Miami, Florida, back to serve. Had some rough patches in the match so far, but starting to find some momentum here. Another good serve in. He has to recover his own serve, actually, because of the overpass. Stanford able to score. It's 22-15, inching closer. to the end of this set for Stanford and possibly the match. So Brito back to serve now. A huge topspin serve there. They're out of system. That ball not quite getting to anyone, so they have to send a free ball over. Kai Schmidt taking that ball. A big swing out of the back row. And unfortunately for Isaac Vandenherk, that was a really tough ball to try to swing on. It was out of system. Set that was in the middle of the net. He has to try to get from the outside to hit that one at an awkward angle. Doesn't quite work. Brito again with a big serve. That ball goes straight back over to Stanford. Big swing there off of the chest of number 4, Ethan Smith, libero for the Huskies. He gets the touch on that ball and scores. Great comeback for Brito here at the end of this match. He had some tough moments like I talked about in the beginning where he was the setter. They were trying to find